My name is Jeff Staple. I'm the founder and creative director of Staple, which is a streetwear brand, as well as the Reed Art Department, which is a creative agency. I founded both in 1997, so almost a quarter century ago now. And I founded the clothing line right out of Parsons School of Design in New York City.
Hockey has always been strangely a really important sport to me. So I'll tell you where it started. It actually started, spoken like a true fashion designer. It started from the fashion standpoint. So when I was in middle school, right, I was so enamored with hockey jerseys. I just was obsessed with owning, and I wasn't really like team specific. I just loved the design of hockey jerseys. I loved the pro mesh. I loved the tackle twill lettering. I loved the fit. I just loved all the technical design details. And my parents, they had a Chinese food sort of distribution center in Chinatown. But I remember every day during the summer when they would go into the city to work, I would trek my young butt up to Jerry Cosby's at Madison Square Garden, and I would just look at all the jerseys at Jerry Cosby's. I mean, for those who know, Jerry Cosby back then was like the mecca of sports memorabilia. And the other thing that I was really obsessed with was the goaltenders' masks, right? So when goalies are on the ice, they do the most amazing artwork with their masks. And I always loved that aesthetic that was going on that really spoke to me as a creative. But I wasn't playing hockey yet. Come high school, I moved into a new neighborhood in high school, and these kids, in the neighborhood, they were just doing all sorts of team sports every day, and they would switch up. So one day would be, flag football, the next day would be softball, the next day would be driveway basketball, and then the next day would be like roller hockey in the streets. They would set up 2 nets in the middle of the street, and we would play roller hockey. And I remember, because I was so enamored with goaltender masks, I was like, I'll be the goalie. I want to wear a cool mask and just like draw with a Sharpie on it. So that's how I got into hockey playing, was through goaltending in street hockey. And you know what? Strangely enough, I was really darn good at it. Like my reflexes were just really good. And I was also a really good skater. I used to, I ski and I snowboard as well. So I'm just good on with balance and stuff. I experimented and tried my hand at ice hockey a little bit, but not on any sort of like league level. I was just sort of playing around, going to local rinks and trying to transition from the concrete to the ice. And then when I went to NYU, I found out that they had a hockey team. And so I tried out for the NYU, I think they're called like the Fighting Violets or something terribly non-intimidating. I think they're called the Violets. And so I tried out for the NYU team and I made it, and I was the starting goaltender for NYU hockey. And so it was pretty dope to be able to go from just being a fan of the art and the jerseys to street hockey to ice hockey to playing for like a real college team. It was just awesome. It was an awesome time in my life. And I'm so glad that, my parents, even though they didn't understand hockey, I don't think hockey's that big in China and Hong Kong, so they didn't quite get it, but they allowed me to do it, and I'm really happy that they did, because it put in a lot of spirit for me that I still use to this day. And I think it was also kind of unique that me being the son of Chinese immigrant parents and being on the NYU team, for sure. I remember on the NYU team, I was definitely the only minority that was on that team. We're now working on a hockey collaboration. I don't know if you knew that, but we're doing a collaboration with Sherwood Hockey, which is one of the most historic Canadian hockey brands. And we're doing sticks, we're doing jerseys, we're doing pucks. We even recently did an artist puck series where I came up with the idea that the puck is like a great blank surface. It's a blank canvas for an artist. And in many ways, like those collectible toys like Kid Robot or Bear Brick toys, like I could see people collecting hockey pucks because they sit on your desk really nice and just have different artist series. So we already kicked that off. We did like this whole artist series on pucks. So I'm trying to take what I've learned from streetwear, from sneaker culture and fashion, and implement it into the hockey world. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I think a lot of it is like seeing people that look like you on the screen sort of into the sport, so I'm hoping even people who might be fans of my clothing line or my sneaker creation see this video and they're like, wow, why is my design hero into hockey. Like maybe I should check hockey out. And that just comes from seeing someone who looks like you talk about something that's new, that, you know, enlightens you a little bit. Me speaking as an Asian American, there's definitely something in hockey for you guys. If you want to watch the sport, it's an awesome thing. It helped shape my life. And even if it's just from a fashion standpoint, I think hockey jerseys, they come back in the trend pretty soon. So keep a lookout for that.